ClintGarden, and of course, the House of Biceps. All right, guys, I'm out here tonight. I had a client mention something the other day about how it's so cold where he lives that his bands are literally breaking into pieces from the cold weather. What can he do to possibly make this not happen? Well, I mean, there are quite a few small things he could do. Like, I mean, he could get a full heating and air conditioning system for his gym so his bands are in a controlled temperature all the time. But that's not always the most practical thing to do. All right, so it's not cold here like it is there. It's cold to me for sure, but it's definitely not cold like it is there for him. What I see in my gym is it gets so hot here that my bands in my gym will actually melt inside the gym. If I have them hanging on a loop on the rack or having them sitting on the rack or a barbell, they will melt to the barbell in the summertime because the heat is, well, it's that hot here. And you know, bands aren't meant to last forever, so they're not going to last forever. I have some bands from EliteFTS.com, and even though they are my sponsor, this statement is true. They last longer than any other bands that I buy. These bands are some that I buy locally because, well, it's a whole lot cheaper for me to buy them locally than it is for me to even get sponsored bands shipped from overseas. And they're good bands. I use these micro mini bands non-stop for everything. So I end up buying a set of micro mini bands probably every 4 to 6 weeks anyway. So what you can do is you can get some baby powder. Now I've got these kind of at the gym, and I've got them all over the house. And one of the things you can do is when you first get your bands, the very first time that you use them, take these bands and absolutely cover them with baby powder. There's something about the coating of baby powder on them. They slide better, they move better, and they last longer for some reason in the heat and the cold. And you may say, but Clint, the gym owner is not going to let me take my bands in the gym covered with baby powder or get baby powder all over the place. Well, that's a great reason to have a home gym, because if you have a home gym, you can do whatever the heck you want, whenever the heck you want. It doesn't matter. You ain't got to ask nobody. Hey, sweetie. Yeah. It's 3:05 in the morning. I know. Yeah. Log, stones, and grip. Yeah. I'm still outside. I know. Well, the neighbors should close their windows like normal people do. They shouldn't be hearing me anyway. Yeah. Okay, so you remember that thing that I do with the bands and the baby powder? Yeah. Well, I'm making a video to show one of my clients. Yeah, I'm in our house. Outside. Yeah, on the drive. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bourbon. Several. Yeah. And maybe a scotch. No tequila tonight. None. And a humor beer. And some brisket. And a bunch of fruit. Yeah, and an energy drink. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I promise. Okay, I'll clean it up. I promise. I'll make it up to you tomorrow. I promise. I will clean it up. Yeah, we got the water hoses over. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Love you so much. Love you. You ain't got to ask nobody. You can do whatever you want at your own place. But just in case you want to be friendly at your own house, you don't want to clean up a mess, or you're at your gym and you don't want to make a huge mess, well, you can go out into the parking lot, and here's something you can do. All right, so if I've got a bunch of new bands, and I bought 4 sets of these micro minis the other day, and I've got 1 set out here, or if you've got a bunch of old bands, you're looking to try and help them live a little bit longer, you can take, this is just a simple shopping bag, you can take your bands and just drop them in the bag, open up the baby powder, just cover them up like that, shift it around a little bit, and now you got a baby powder bag. So now what I can do is I can take these bands out of here. And if you're outside in the gym parking lot, You can shake these up a little bit. Get a lot of the excess off so it's not going to go everywhere. And if it does, it's going to look like chalk. And you can blame it on the other guy in the gym. But now you've got some bands that are lightly coated in baby powder. And if you're inside your gym, you now have a baby powder bag. So if you're having problems with your bands snapping way too soon, whether it's from the heat, from the cold, being stretched too much, whatever it is, it's worth, if you're going to go ahead and get a bunch of bands, get a little thing of baby powder and a shopping bag, throw them in there, mix them around, extend the life of your bands at least by a little bit. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.